Hey guys, Nolar here, back with another video on the gaming mobile channel here. The thing is, it's Tales of Luminaria, and the JP servers launched just now, while the global ones should be launching tomorrow, the next day. It's a whole different thing. We'll get into it. It already got me into the beginning here, so, but I'm not alone. I'm joined by Gale. Gale, say what's going on with everyone.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Yeah, no, this is gonna be an interesting one. Obviously, we have already had experience with another Tales Gotcha and Tales of Crestoria, right? So this is gonna be very interesting. I'm curious to see how different it is. Of course, this one's a bit portrait versus that being landscape, of course. So yeah, let's have a look-see and see how interesting this one is.
Yeah, so before we dive right in, guys, this is the first playthrough, so you'll get to see us play for the first 20-30 minutes, probably get to the point where I start summoning, for free summons, that is. And we'll give you our impressions on base how it is. So if you're new here and like the content here for mobile gaming, hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, hit that like button. And if you're new here, put down a comment, let everybody know what's going on, say hello to everyone. So, all right, let's just dive right in. Swipe between tabs, displays, events, okay. Play an episode. Go to the episodes tab. Okay.
I must say, I like the UI. It's there's a lot going on, it seems like.
Yeah.
But it's kind of unique in that regard. It's a lot very modern, if anything, right? Because you like, for example, the slime gacha is so boxy and so like slow and sluggish. This seems so much more fluid and so modernized, I feel.
So again, I mentioned I'm on the JP server, but this is in English. The biggest difference, let's just hop into our first episode.
Yeah.
Sure. The biggest difference is there is a global and JP server. They're launching slightly, basically around the same time. It's a little staggered, obviously, because JP's now, global's tomorrow. But overall, it's pretty much at the same time. It's just that there's actually fragmented servers. Like there's a JP one and there's global one. And the reason why that matters is this game, as I understand it, is pretty heavy on multiplayer and inviting people to play with you. Again, you guys, we can't hear the sound, so we're not sure. I think it's
so the
yeah.
The game's telling you to pump up the volume.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen right now. But overall, like the biggest thing is it's a multiplayer gacha, and so if you're gonna play heavily invested, it depends, right? It might be better to stick to one, like the JP server over the global, or vice versa, depending on lag, latency, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on like having two separate servers launching at the same time? You said it was kind of like Genshin, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like Genshin, because in Genshin what you can do is, of course, you have the fragmented servers already on the western side of things. So if you're playing on global, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Asia has its own server, and Europe has its own server. But then, of course, if you download the Chinese server as well, which you can do if you're living in the West, you can download the Chinese version of Genshin. You obviously need to have a Chinese Tap account or a Bilibili account if possible. But even if you jump into that game, it's not going to just be in Chinese. You can play with English voices. You can play with Japanese voices, Korean voices, whatever you want. So that it kind of reminds me of that. And of course, it depends on where you're in the world, right? Because like you said, it focuses on multiplayer. Genshin also has its co-op. And of course, Genshin being an open world gacha, and of course, having some input delay if you were living on another side of the world, playing with other people on the other side of the world, you're going to feel that lag, right? So it's ideal for them to have done these fragmented servers. So if you are in Japan but you're an English speaking person, you can at least understand the game, but also play with people who are on a similar server to you and a similar country to you, so that you're not suffering from input delay or lag or anything of that sort, especially because it is a mobile game. You know, mobile games and multiplayer,
right?
Legends is the perfect example of like having terrible lag on a mobile game. You know, it's not the fault of like the game developers themselves, it's just how it is, right? Some people are going to be on like data, some people are going to be on Wi-Fi, some people who have very fancy phones can have it, you know, connected to their Ethernet port or something, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, most part people are going to be on data, so you're going to have to suffer through some lag. Better to suffer with people in your country rather than somebody like 50,000 miles away.
Right. No, I understand that, but the other thing too, my counterpoint to that is, as we're watching the intro animations, which look pretty good actually, the cutscenes look great. So my counterpoint to that is, well, if people fall off this game, if there's going to be one server that's going to have more people, that'll be the JP server. So maybe suffering through the lag to play with people is something to do. Okay. Okay, so this is basically a portrait style ARPG. Kind of reminds me of kind of a little. Well, this is 3D version versus what is it? Memory defrag, which was 2D, which was I really enjoyed that, honestly. Just
Sword Art Online, yeah.
Yeah, Sword Art Online, which is
it kind of also reminds me of a 3D version of like Dragalia as well, to be honest, as well, to an extent.
It's got that feel for it, so I will say that. Okay, so I thought I downloaded it all, which was a 3 GB download, by the way. But I guess not.
To be fair, this is a 3D game. I would have been surprised if it was only 3 gigs. I assume there's going to be like a download all in the settings or something, you know, like all gachas have. I'm curious about the summoning system in this game, though, to be honest, because from what the game said, or the tagline of the game was like 21 different perspectives, 21 different protagonists. So I assume the characters themselves might be stagnant and you summon for equipment. I'm curious on seeing how that works.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of research, and it's basically like Opera Omnia. You get the characters through playing the story, you just summon for the equipment. So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, that works. I mean, Opera Omnia is pretty good in that regards. At least, you know, I know a lot of people gas up their gacha gacha system, I should say, and I kind of like it as well. I think it's a good way to go about it. You know, get the characters for free, and then you can summon for the equipment as you go on, depending on which character you want to use, right? So yeah, no, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. I'm curious to see how good the rates are, though. That's where things will change, of course.
That, and then the monetization, because this is a Bandai published game. They released 2 games in the week, from them, or in like 2 weeks. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so
the developers are called. Yeah, I was just gonna add as well. The developers are Colco, who have made gachas previously. Of course, they made Shiro Neko Project, which is pretty famous in Japan. Personally, never touched it, to be honest.
Okay.
And then they have a pro baseball gacha game, and we know how popular baseballs are. Baseball is in Japan, of course. So they have some games. This is not their first foray into gachas. However, I think this is their first foray into like a proper 3D, like this kind of aesthetic, basically. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they'll handle it from here on out.
Yep. Refreshing herbs. Okay, so it's a little exploration. So there's that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I assume you're gonna have to heal up because you are really low based on your HP bar.
Nope, that wasn't the heal button. Okay.
I assume it's the food in the top right, maybe?
Top right. Yeah, that might be it. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, what am I supposed to kill? Okay, this stuff.
No, those bugs, yeah. There's one more, yeah. There you go.
Yep. So yeah, there's arrows to indicate, so it's a little exploration. Kind of cool. Like an open world portrait version.
Yeah.
Action RPG.
I mean, it is kind of cool because, like I said, it's kind of like blending. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So
kind of quick time events. Yeah, quick time events for counterattacks and stuff like that.
It came off a little more
kind of a little cute than normal. Noble.
Reminded me of you as a kid.
It is quite more. It is a lot more in depth than I thought it would have been. I didn't expect the counterattacks and stuff. But yeah, no, like I said, it just kind of reminds me of a combination of, like you said, Defrag, Dragalia, but more 3D basically, right?
Yep.
I do wonder if there's gonna be how exactly they're gonna incorporate this into, I assume, multiplayer. If anything, I'm thinking more so it'll be kind of like integral factor, maybe, where there's like raids with other players and stuff, maybe. That's why, you know, when you were researching, you said that there was going to be an emphasis on multiplayer, right? So maybe it's like an integral factor, Sword Art Online, that is, where they have raids, dungeons, and you have to go through with your friends or teammates and clear through those dungeons, basically.
I mean, I imagine it's more like it's similar to Dragalia itself, right? You got to do the raids with co-op with people to farm gear. So okay, got a daily.
It'll be very interesting.
So I mean, I know this is the first episode. I don't think there's a lot of so far there's no auto, which is slightly disappointing, but maybe that'll change.
Yes.
Cause,
yeah, that's one thing I hope they have, because as much as I like hands-on games like these, sometimes I do want to also let them do the dirty work for me.
Well, for me, my philosophy is always like, I love like manual play, but if I gotta farm stuff, no. I don't want to manual play all the farming, right? But if it's like a challenge thing I do once in a while, and then I gotta farm some other stuff in the meantime, let me have the autoplay.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we talked about with the slime gotcha game, right? Where the parallel processing thing, where you could just, select how many runs you want to do and leave it to auto, and you can close the game and stuff. They didn't have that for an event, and we were just like, well, why is it there for normal stuff but not for like the event and stuff, right? It's just like, it's so weird that they would, leave that aside. But yeah, it's like you said, if there's a farming stage, I wouldn't want to do it either. Oh.
Okay, so we unlocked a secret mission, it said. So I gotta kill everything.
Oh god, this reminds me of Dragalia, to be honest. Like the circular stage, and having enemies go off against you, yeah. I think they said 40 seconds to get this strength.
Yeah, what's it called? If you slide, tap, like that's me dodging.
Gotcha.
Let me try this. Okay, kill the
You got one of them at least.
Okay. Again, I'm... Oh.
Yeah, that's, I guess, the big boss of this one. You got 7 seconds. Go on.
There, got it.
No.
More? There's more?
No, there's more. There's more.
I wasn't paying attention. Rip. Okay, well, I could retry. No, it's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, this is the whole point, is just to see everything.
Yeah,
just don't screw up like I did.
To be fair, it is a secret mission, so I assume you weren't supposed to find the secret mission just so soon, maybe.
It's true. All right. Okay. Well, I'll get back to that later. All right. Let's head back out this way. Yeah, because there was a fork, right? So I went left. This time I go right. Looks like we cleared the woods. This also reminds me. Oh, go ahead.
You'll be obviously able to come back and play it. I mean, the one thing I did notice just there as well, it said chapter 1, 5 out of 16. So you're still a long ways away, to be honest.
Yeah, this is like normally story missions are anywhere from a minute to 2 minutes, right? But based on this is gonna be quite a while.
Yep.
So it kind of reminds me of like a standard, Switch PC like port game. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, okay, we gotta go here.
At least
I level up to level 2.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
This was a total stranger, right?
Okay.
Leo.
I will say that's one of the things I will say that'll annoy me, quite frankly speaking, is the length, because I'm always of the side that it's a mobile game. You shouldn't need to spend like time on like a stage or something like that. At most it should be like a minute, like you said, right? And it's one of the reasons why I personally don't like gachas such as SDS Grand Cross and stuff, which require you to like keep your phone open for 24 hours or you're gonna lag behind everybody, right? It's the same thing here. Like if it's telling me like I need to spend like half an hour to an hour just going through this, mission. I'm just gonna be there like, I'm kind of good. Thank you very much. Alternatively, I mean, I know certain like stages, like people will say, oh, but you have to grind, for example, like this thing, you have to do 100 stages, but I can stop whenever I want in another gacha, right? Like if you're like, for example, the Battle Gauntlet in Legends, right?
Oh, here you go. You can take a break. You could leave right here.
Oh, that's good.
Let's take a let's see for science. Your data will be saved, but your stage progress will revert to the most recent checkpoint, which was 19 seconds ago. Okay, cool.
That's fine, because the checkpoint is was 6 of 16, which is good. Also Google.
Okay, Google, thanks.
Google's been listening in as well.
Oh well, Google's always listening. Let's be clear. Okay. So that's kind of interesting, where instead of just like 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, they just let it all go through, and you could just continue to play, right? Let's see what else. Daily summon. Okay.
Oh,
All right, guys.
It's un-
We'll see how this goes. Let's take a look.
Okay.
3-star daily wear Hugo. Okay, so
I mean,
that's the gear.
It's free real estate. I would say. Ooh. Oh, these are all the characters, I assume.
Oh, okay. Obtaining duplicate equipment results in an automatic level up that boosts their parameters and skill XP. You can raise a character's level cap by collecting points earned from obtaining their equipment. Oh, you can also earn level cap points by clearing various challenge missions. Okay. So
everybody's cap is 10 right now. By the way, gift box in the top left if you wanna.
Yep, I saw that. 300. Okay.
In before, I hope the summon costs only 300. Let's see.
Okay, so let's see. Missions. Okay, that's home. So this is the login. I actually will say I do like the UI. It's like very different.
Yep. No, I have to agree with you. Like I said, it's modern. It's a little bit more fluid. It's a little bit more nicer. Like one thing, as I said earlier on at the start, right? A lot of gachas have boxy UIs, man. This is so nice to see some rounded, kind of clean UI.
Oh, so it can message people. Okay. There are guilds in here. Yep.
So I noticed that. I just noticed that there's a guild. Very interesting.
Yeah, where you go. Okay, so it says 500. I only got 300, right? The one thing is, I wish I could see what all my. Oh well, let's look at prices. Let's look at the Bondi prices. Yep. This is about right. Okay, so I think it's 500 a multi. So we're at Dokkan prices.
Yeah, that's Dokkan prices. That's $90 for not even nearly. It's like just above 2 multis.
Yeah. A pass. What does the pass give you? 60 stones as an award. 1 noble coin. I don't know what the noble coins do. Daily summon become daily noble summon, which guarantees a 4-star or higher drop.
Okay, that's a buff and a half. Okay.
For like less than 6. I'm sure. Okay, so this is JP, right, server? So this is JP prices. I'm assuming this will be $4.99 US when the global version comes out. Yeah. Okay, so the noble coins get you access to that. Okay.
Yeah.
View all pickups. Let's see. They don't tell you the rates here, do they? Nope.
No, they should.
Summon rates.
Summon rates.
Yeah. 5%. 5%. That's pretty good.
Better than Grand Cross. Let's go.
Well, that's a low bar you're setting there, Gale. 5% is actually pretty good. 30%, 65%, and then of course all this, right? Okay, so we've got some highlighted stuff, slightly higher rates compared to the others. But that's not bad. I'm not gonna.
I did notice it's 300 multis, so that means the highest pack was actually 3 multis.
Oh no, I have. Oh no, what it is? I have 500, but there's 300 multi. Okay, so let me go back to the purchase. So it's 300 a multi. So barely 2 multis. It's $43, which is basically Dokkan prices there. Almost 4 multis for 90. That's not too bad. So okay, well we got a multi's worth. So let's go ahead and just try it out. All right. Do I re-roll or keep this account? I don't know. We'll see. Let's look for animations though.
Yep. Oh.
10 purple.
Okay.
So it's 1 by 1.
Okay.
Maybe they're all 3 stars. That's a 4-star. Okay, so that's like light teal versus big shiny green, which is
and a 5-star.
I'm keeping this.
You are keeping this, yes.
Okay, 3. I wouldn't be surprised if the rest were all 3s. Yep.
Yeah,
so these are all new, and then I got a dupe of that, which means I'm gonna level up automatically. Okay.
Yep. I mean, hey, that's a dub.
Yeah, so this makes sense. So there's our 21 characters overall, which we will eventually unlock, and Yeah, which one did I like? What was the
Celia.
5-star?
Celia up top. Second
Up
one.
there? Okay.
She got up to 15 level cap because you got that 5-star.
Cool. All right, cool. Let's. So that was episode.
Oh, there's a
See.
multiplayer boss battle, by the way. I don't know if you noticed at the start.
Yeah, I saw
whatever.
that. Oh, go episode.
Yeah.
Here we go. I don't think
It's
I can
in
even
the-
do it. Oh, it's easy. Let's try easy.
Yeah. Join of this guy.
Oh, it's full
Oh,
now.
he's
What?
full. Auto join. Just click auto join. Maybe that'll
Oh,
help.
yeah.
And take your
cool.
strongest character.
Yeah, that would be him. See?
I mean, that's pretty good.
The UI looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah, I like this UI, man. This is probably one of the best UIs I've seen in any gacha game recently. I have to admit.
So I'm the weakest. No, I'm not the weakest here. Okay, good.
No,
We're all set.
You're just about above.
Just above the, the weakest person here. Let's take
I
a
think
look.
a lot of people have already summoned. That's probably why.
Yeah. Oh damn. Okay, I gotta eventually download all. Probably do that off camera. But so far this looks pretty good. Controls seem okay, but I need to really dive into the episode a little harder to really get an idea. But overall, it looks pretty good. Waiting for other members to get ready. This is gonna be the downside. Is always when you're joining a lobby and then if there's especially 4 people, then you gotta wait for everybody's internet to go through.
Mm-hmm. You aren't doing much damage, I must admit.
Yeah, I'm not doing the best amount of damage here.
That's barely 10% in 30 seconds. This does seem to be a bit more difficult, even though easy is like 0 power level recommended.
So what's interesting is the boss is always the center of my camera, even if I dodge, right? So take a look here. If I dodge, it's always in the center of my camera. So that's pretty good. Because there were games like oh shit. Oh, I got hit by that. Didn't mean to. There were games like Star Ocean Animesis where you would it was actually, this kind of reminds me of Star Ocean in a way, where you would always be 3D dodging and stuff like that, but the camera angles were always oh, I just got wrecked. Okay, so the reticles are like I literally saw the reticle and then it popped. So okay, so I'm down for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I wonder if that goes longer if I
Die again.
consecutively die. Yeah.
I assume it would, so that it wouldn't be something you can just abuse, like, oh, one person tries and stays alive. Like a stronger person would just stay alive, right? Because you could go in with like somebody who's like 3,000 power level and be like,
Oh no,
you
they had
carry.
they had 12 seconds. They have 11 seconds to get that guy up before. Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's a revive mechanic, a proper revive mechanic.
Yeah. Let's
Well
see,
then, you guys aren't winning this.
Well, I mean, they're carrying us. It looks like it just might take me like 10 minutes, or like, well, I got what, 8 minutes left. There's a timer. Okay, so there's that.
Yeah.
Too bad I can't even
A
like
very
look at
healthy
the field.
timer. Yeah.
It's like an enraged timer probably.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, I mean, okay, again, I'm not the best action RPG player, but maybe because the thing was I literally saw the reticle, then it popped, and so I'm wondering if okay, yeah,
oh,
so
the
he
host player decided to win.
okay.
Yeah.
That
That's very
makes
similar
sense.
to Dragal, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's smart. He's smart.
But yeah, so far it looks pretty decent. Okay, let's take a look at the characters.
You can equip costumes. Try and see auto equip. Oh, there's costumes and weapons. Oh boy. Oh, no changes. Never mind.
Oh, okay, so I didn't.
Oh, there's sub weapons as well. It's kind of like Xeno Alice, if I recall correctly.
Yep,
Was
yep,
that the
it's
one
like
which had
Xeno
sub
Alice.
weapons as well? Yeah.
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 Now, can I level these up? Let's see.
Yeah.
I would have to hold it, probably, right? No?
Yeah.
Guess not. Okay.
Probably go back home and check
Go to equipment. Yeah.
Yeah. Level up your 5-star maybe. See what happens.
This thing.
How do you level things up?
I think you have to like, well, otherwise you have to pull dupes, right? That's what they said. But I'm hoping there's another way, other than pulling dupes.
Maybe challenge mission. That challenge mission thing, maybe. Yeah, that's my guess at least. I mean,
Well,
there's no alternative.
We're exploring, guys. This is what the first playthrough is like, right? So we need to look and see what we can and can't do. Obviously, we're going to play this and test it out thoroughly and then give you guys our first impressions later. But so far, again, I'm just more blown away by the presentation. UI, the art style.
I have to agree. The presentation is phenomenal, I must admit. Like, did you get one tap?
Yeah, maybe I need to level up a little bit, guys, before I can... let's try one more time.
Or alternatively, I think what they want you to do is maybe use the character and level up the costumes that way. But that would be so like... Oh, no, you're gonna get blown away. You're not doing any damage to them.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing nothing. Okay. Yeah, maybe this is... maybe we gotta play a little bit before we really dive into some of this stuff, but...
I think you might have to just go into the quests and, you know, like, maybe there's like a daily mission or something. Yeah, probably. And you level up your gear that way. But it's so counterintuitive that they don't have, like, items to level up your gear. I mean, you don't have any items. No,
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a little odd, but hey, maybe we just don't know yet, right? So, okay, so there's missions, daily missions. Let's see. Well, what are my dailies? Play the multiplayer. Okay, cook 3 dishes. Oh, is there cooking like Grand Cross?
Oh boy.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is.
It looks like that. Yeah.
And
it seems there's only one dish. It seems like though.
You give them to people as a piece of equipment? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so they'll give you some stuff. Link your account with the Bandai Namco ID. Where was this in Slime? Okay. Let's see. Transfer settings. Link. So yeah, there's like your typical transfer code, right? But you can just link up straight up. I'm kind of curious to see if this works, but we'll do that later. And then the bulk download, of course. Oh, no, that's something else. Oh, bulk downloading specific episodes.
Yeah, you can specifically download episodes, I suppose, which is kind of nice, I guess, in the sense of like, oh, you can download it like depending on what you're trying to do, I suppose.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because this seems like it'll be pretty... Okay, that's fine. I won't do it. Yeah, I might be a little too big, right? But depending on people's devices, right? I mean, that's pretty cool because at least instead of like Dokkan, which is like 7 gigs at this point, it gives you the opportunity to pick and choose. But dishes, missions... Okay, I haven't completed anything. Okay, so you got your regular missions and stuff like that, but they really presented like a bulletin board. That's what this looks like, a bulletin board. Yeah,
that is true. It's very much like a bulletin board.
So, all right, I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. I mean, you guys saw a little bit of the combat of me playing the story, multiplayer, which I failed clearly. Got lucky on the summons. But yeah, this looks pretty interesting. You guys let us know what your thoughts are. Gale, like quick first impressions on what you saw today in the last like 20 minutes or so.
It seems very solid. I like you said, you know, the presentation is phenomenal. I think this is, like I said, the best I've seen in any gacha, like mobile gacha at least, that is, you know, and especially because I'm comparing it to the other Bandai published game, Slime, you know, it's worlds apart. Like the Slime gacha, very old school, very boxy. This one just feels more modern, more simple, clean, very easy to look at, you know.
Yep.
And it's very nice to look at. The game itself, it's very much like a Dragalia integral factor, something like that.
Yep.
Very hands-on. Doesn't seem like there's auto, which I'm very iffy on. But overall, I'm interested to see where it can go. The rates don't seem too bad as well. 5%'s not bad at all. When especially we're playing games like Fate Grand Order, Genshin, Grand Cross, Dokkan,
Right.
whatever it may be, 3%, 4%. You're dealing with bad rates there anyways. This one is a bit nicer at 5%. But yeah, no, I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle this, because obviously it's going down the same route as Opera Omnia, where it's equipment focused, right? So it'll be interesting to see how they handle events and so on and so forth, because I feel equipment based games kind of tend to not have the same ability to go further, because you see like other games can do like, oh, give this character a costume and that's a new character and a new summonable character, right? Whereas here it's going to be like, okay, we'll change up the costume, but how much can you exactly change the costume, right? Unless they decide to go wild with like adding kimonos and like, some armors, like changing up the style and everything drastically, then maybe. But yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm a few questions I gotta ask, and we'll hopefully answer this in our first playthrough officially when we get that through. The equipment, can we transmog them, right? Because obviously you want different equipment for, PvP. If there is a PvP, I don't know if there will. So far, there doesn't look like it. But if there's a, co-op version, some equipment's better for co-op, some equipment's better for PvP, standard story. But I want to look a certain way. I wonder if they're doing transmog or glamours, if you're familiar with WoW and FF14 respectively. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So kind of going off your point, will they let you customize the look of your character the way you want it, while summoning for actual equipment that's good for stats and skills and whatnot, right?
Yep.
There's basically that, and then I'm wondering what the outlook is, because from what I know, there's Tales of Krystoria, which isn't great in terms of its player base. People burn out pretty quickly on that. There were 2 other Tales game, if I remember, but they died within the first year of their launch. So, Tales maybe not have that big hold that Bondi and other people are hoping for, but we'll see how this goes, because presentation, like I said, looks fantastic, and we'll see how the rest of it goes as we progress. So with that said, thanks a lot, guys, for checking out this first playthrough. If you want some more information on this, we'll be doing our first impressions in a few days from now. Me, Gale, and a few other 5-9 members will be grinding the game and trying to figure out, give you a pretty good idea of what the mid game and potentially what the end game looks like. So hit the sub button if you're new here and want to follow us for more Tales of Luminaria content. At the same time, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new here, let us know everything you want to know. Like, I don't know much about Tales. I think Gale doesn't know much about it, other than there's a new Steam game that's come out. What's the one you played before, Gale? I can't remember.
The one that I played was from like years ago, and it's probably one of the more famous ones, Tales of Symphonia.
Okay.
It was they have like thousands of games, by the way. Like,
yep.
I think in total the main series has like at least 10 plus games. But the one I played was released back in 2003, right? And I played it off the suggestion of somebody else. But yeah, the most recent one is Tales of Arise, which came out like I think this year in September, so just 2 months ago, right? And it's it was pretty popular. I think it received quite favorable reviews. So yeah, I think the Tales franchise is very popular. So yeah, let us know in the comments about some information about the Tales series. Maybe Nolar and I might play it at some point, or play more games from the series as a result.
Yeah, definitely. So with that said, guys, on behalf of myself and Gale, thanks a lot for joining us. We'll catch you in the next one. We're out.
Bye-bye.